I'm here today at York University attending Ruckus, an anti-racism and discrimination event. With over 400 students attending, this is an event that is sure to cause a lot of noise.
Well, Ruckus is a two-day conference that occurs every single year. We are funded by the City of Toronto. It's one of our core projects from the Youth Action Network. And basically every year when we hold this conference, we try to bring together youth groups, schools, entertainers, facilitators, and organizations that are interested in anti-oppression training and anti-racism issues.
I thought just by the way you were glancing in my direction.
Boy, you need to quit, because I was not looking at you.
I really liked the beginning when we started, and it just starts off with a really high note, and then you keep going to your workshops and you learn more. So it's really great that they have a kind of program that sets you through this whole thing.
My name is Malaika Wairi, and I'm one of the 5 founding members of the Red Slam Collective. And basically we formed a year ago with the hopes of using music and words to promote your identity and to combat, any isms or schisms that are out there. That's kind of what we do. And we initially thought we'd have a smaller group, but a lot of people seem to dig our workshop. And it's all about just exploring ways of writing, using visual mediums, using music. And then, using your own self as a medium for coming up with lyrics. What is important to you? Where have you come from? And where do you want to go? Very quickly, I'm going to stop you. So you're going to have to work really fast. I'll circulate around the room. And then you're going to share what you've got with Isaac. And then Isaac's going to see if he can put together some instrumentation for you.
Call me sassy. Call me rude. But I know I'm more than your average food.
I really like the theme this year for the arts, and I think that in our school especially, we've heard a lot about these issues and these problems, but we've never seen it shown like that with I think impacted a performance, and that was really amazing. And I think Sun, she had an amazing poetry performance, and that's a must-see for a lot of the people in our school.
And some of the most intense racism, abuse, and prejudice that we face happen within our own quarters, within our own families. And there's a huge disconnect between the traditions and cultures on which our parents have based their entire foundations passed down from generations, right?
So yeah, I thought Ruckus was a really, really great experience. I came here, this is actually my first time here, so I didn't really know quite what to expect. A lot of the speakers, I felt like they were very, very empowering, and they talked directly to us, and I felt like they actually related to us, and they told us about their experiences with racism and being, sometimes not feeling comfortable in their environment. I felt like, it was really inspiring and things that we wouldn't have learned in school regularly. So it's a great experience. I think a lot of high school students, a lot of university students should come out and be at Ruckus, because it's great to see all these people talking about what they feel so passionately about.
The importance and role of communications through broadcasting. I learned that.
Understanding the balance between vision and expression. I learned that.
Exploring the issues of our time. I learned that.
How to think like a great designer. I learned that.
Integrating creativity with professionalism. I learned that.
That's where I learned.
Welcome back. Our next story, we take you to the basements of the nation, where, believe it or not, some of the best barbers in the world hang out. The Journal's Matt Locke takes us into their world of fades, lineups, and crazy designs. Let's watch.
The town of Pickering, Ontario, Canada.
Hi guys, this may look like just a regular house, but inside, there's almost like a studio, Jason Chung's art studio.
Jason is a 20-year-old university student. who makes his money by doing his art, haircutting.
So how is haircutting like an art to you?
Well, basically, haircutting is an art to me because, like anything artistic, it's a form of creative expression and it's an outlet to kind of showcase my talents.
Jason is very well-rounded in his haircutting skills. Right now he's going to show us how he does a fade.
To begin a fade, we'll start just shaving all over one length. Sometimes the first one, like I thought it was a little better than the second one.
Right.
Yes. So to begin a fade, we'll start off shaving all around the head, a lower length than you cut on the top of the hair. And usually you'll shave it to a guideline so you'll know where to begin and blend the fade. Now I'm just gonna blend the haircut. What you do is you use another length that's the difference pretty much between the higher length and the lower length, and just use that with a certain technique. It's all about, you have to use your wrist, really flick your wrist and kind of really rock the machine to make sure it blends properly and evenly.
So what makes Jason a great barber?
Well, you know, I just got fresh cut, you know, and then he's been cutting my hair since we were 10 years old, man. So like, that's what make him a great barber.
What sort of things is he like best at?
You know, the fades and how he takes his time, and he doesn't have to be in no rush of anything. So, you know.
I've cut so many people, like, since I've been cutting since I was really young. When I went to high school, my clientele just like really exploded because I cut almost, I could say I almost cut probably every person in our grade.
Of course, if you want to be an urban style barber, you have to have steady hands, or else a design like this will look like a disaster. Luckily, Jason is one of the best. Now, ever since I was in high school, I heard that Jason Chung was the best barber around. So now I'm going to give it a shot, see what all the hype's all about. Nothing like a fresh new fade haircut. Jason is definitely an amazing barber.
Mayor says kittens are cute? You call that news?
Think you could do better? Come study journalism at the Center for Creative Communication.